It's like a little after 10 here, and I need to go to school, but I kind of left my bike, oops, on campus overnight. So I have to take a 20-minute walk, and I thought it'd be fun to show you around. Let's go. exact thing on Instagram. I also have a blog where I will be keeping my show notes for this podcast, along with blogging semi-bi-weekly about random crazy things I do here and lots of photo spams, called Dreaming Worlds Away .blogspot.com. I will put a link to that in the description below. Anyways, I just got back from a school trip to Hiroshima, which was, for me, basically a dream come true. I am a huge history nerd. I love learning anything about history, particularly civilian experiences are huge interest for me. So I thought today I would probably talk about traveling in Japan, since I just did some major bullet train traveling. But first I thought I'd talk a little bit about knitting, because I finally did something successful with my life this past week. I've been here for like 2 months, finally finished my sockhead hat. Woo! The pattern is written by Boho Knits. The yarn I used is Sparks Fly by the glorious Oloops. Yeah, I cast this on before I came here to Japan. I was like, oh yeah, this will be a nice simple pattern to just do. And then I became really knitting lazy because it is extremely hot here. It's, mid-October now, and it's just finally starting to get a bit cooler. And by a bit cooler, I mean 70. Let's see. So maybe, eventually, like, in January, it'll be cold enough to wear this, but I'm really, really excited about how it came out. Finally. I haven't had a finished object in forever, but I'm really excited about this. Also, on the topic of knitting, I got a package this week. A while back, I won a contest run by Skein Yarn. She has a fantastic podcast. She's like one of my favorites. She's awesome. She is a hand dyer in Australia, and I won this gorgeous skein of Skein yarn. I love the colors. This color is Inlet, and it's like the combination of like my favorite colors. Like, I'm such like a turquoise fool. Look at that color. Oh, I just love it. And she was also super amazing and gave me this totally fantastic giant bag, which would be like perfect for a sweater to quantity, because I don't own any knitting bags that would like fit my sweaters, but I still seem to try and knit them without getting any sweater bag. I really need one, and now I have one. Yay! And that was so nice of her. Thank you so much. And I haven't cast anything new on since I finished the hat. I think next I'll probably knit some socks, because I have 10 pounds of sock, like, over there. There's a thing over there. I literally have like 10 pounds of sock yarn that I brought. But at the moment, I'm still puttering away at the Geology Shawl by Very Busy Monkey. I seriously, if you're looking for like any kind of shawl pattern that every so often it switches to something completely different, I highly recommend this. It keeps you totally interested in it, because it's all consists of different sections, and each section is something completely new and completely awesome. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And it's so light and fluffy. It's wonderful. I highly recommend this pattern. Definitely go check it out. She also has a ton of other shawls that are crazy cool. And what I really love about them is that it's crescent moon shape, which is great for someone like me, because I don't really wear big shawls necessarily, but I love wearing scarves, and yet I'm really get bored easily of knitting a regular scarf. So something like this allows me to create something that's, can be worn as a scarf, but is still totally interesting and comes out really gorgeous, and I don't know, I can't say enough good stuff. I'm having so much fun with this. But I can't really bring this to school because it involves heavy charting, and not good for sitting in class staring at charts. But socks, that's a different story. Like, seriously, last year, back at my home institution in America, that's like all I did was knit socks in class. It was wonderful. Alright. So squishy. I love it too much. Anyways, let's talk traveling in Japan. I made a list to remind myself of what I wanted to talk about. Okay, so, first and foremost, one of what I think is probably the scariest things for people when they first come here is the bus and train system. However, these are probably the easiest and most glorious things you will ever experience if and when you come here. The bus and train system in Japan, although daunting at first because of the 10,000 pounds of kanji everywhere, even if you cannot read kanji, you can get around. The train and bus system here are very, very accommodating to foreigners. Usually when you are on the bus or on the train, they will announce the coming up station in both Japanese and in English. They also have signs everywhere at the stations that are written in both Japanese and English. So as long as you know where it is you're trying to get to, you can get there. The signs in the station that's like, oh, like this Terminal 1 is going to Shinsaibashi, and it'll say Shinsaibashi written in Japanese, and then it'll have written out in English lettering Shinsaibashi. So as long as you know that you want to get to Shinsaibashi, you can get there. It's fantastic. It's really great. You just kind of have to like take a breath and be like, all right, I know where I want to go, so let's get there. Personally, one of my favorite things about Japan is the train system. It's once you know that you can get there, that it's not as scary as it looks at the beginning, because at the beginning you get here and it's crazy, there's tons of people, there's all this noise going on, but it's really easy. You just have to be like, all right, I can do this. I know I'm awesome, and I know I can do this. And do it. Highly recommend train systems here. They're awesome. One of the other fantastic parts of the train system is the ticketing system. Now, the ticketing system is based on the length of distance you're taking that train, because the train will go great distances and stop at all these places. So depending on where you're going, you may have to pay 160 yen, you may have to pay 330 yen. If you do not know how much it costs to get to the station you're going to, but you know what station you're going to and you can't read kanji, and usually the ticketing signs are all in kanji, buy the cheapest ticket. And when you get to the station you're going to, before you go through sometimes I don't know words, the thingy that you walk through and stick your ticket in and walk away, that thing, whatever, there will be a machine that looks kind of like an ATM, and on it, it will say, in English, fare adjustment. You stick your ticket in, the machine will read where that ticket came from, and will calculate how much more you need to pay, and it will tell you, and you just stick the amount of money in the machine, then it'll pop out a new ticket. Then you can go. No worries, no hassles, no nothing. You're set. And if you don't want to deal with the tickets, like I usually don't, because I do so much traveling here, is I have what's called an IC card. Mine is an Ichigo IC card. It's got a cute little platypus on it. Japan has, depending on the region you are in, several different IC cards. The Kansai region has Ichigo and Pitapa. And if you go somewhere, say like Tokyo, they will have Suica and Pasmo, I think. But a few years ago, they changed the system so that all of the different IC cards function no matter where you are in Japan. So even if you go up to a bus and on it, it has a sticker that says Ichigo and Pitapa, if you have a Suica card, you can still use it. Don't worry, because they're all IC cards. And basically what this is you go into any train station anywhere, literally anywhere, and you go up to the machine, and one of the options will be IC card, and you click on that option, and it will tell you to put in 500 yen plus however much yen you want to originally put on this. And the 500 yen is basically like just a down payment for the physical card. And then it will shoot out this card for you. You don't have to deal with anybody in real life. You don't have to worry about anything. Bam, the machine just gives you this ticket. And it's rechargeable. So whenever you go through a train station, you slap this card down on the, again, ticket thingy where you walk into the station, whatever that's called. If someone knows, enlighten me, because sometimes I'm really dumb. It will tell you how much is on this card. And then when you leave a station, it will tell you how much it took off and how much you have left. And whenever you're running low, you just go up to any ticket station, stick this card into the machine. You don't even have to press anything. You just stick it in, and it'll be like, oh, you have blah, blah, blah left. And it'll be like, how much do you want to put on here? 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 yen. And you click however much you want, and then you stick the money in, and it shoots this back out, fully recharged again. Like yesterday, when I was traveling back home from Hiroshima, I slapped 2,000 yen back on this. So that's approximately $20. The dollar is stronger than the yen right now, so my money is going a little farther than what you would think. So it's approximately $20. And this is a lifesaver because it doesn't matter where I'm going. I don't really need to know how much it costs. As long as I have a decent amount of money on this card, I am all set. This is seriously my best friend here. Me and this platypus, we're tight. It's so cute. It's one of the things I love about Japan is all of their products have adorable mascots. Look at he's so cute. Yay. So if you ever come in Japan and you're here for, a couple weeks or whatever, I highly recommend an IC card. You can, you don't need to live here to get one of these. This is just a rechargeable train card. It's fantastic. So if you're coming for any length of time, definitely recommend this. It's a lifesaver. Let's see what else. Okay, so when you're actually going to ride a train, and you know where you want to go, the actual signs when you're standing at the platform that's like, the train is arriving, this is the train bound for blah blah blah. It will go through, and using kanji, it will list all of the train stations that it will stop at. But then give it a minute and it will do the exact same thing in English. And depending on where you're going, some trains will and some trains will not stop at it. If you're going somewhere very tiny, you'll probably want to take just the regular sub-express. Or local probably. But if you're going somewhere that's 40 minutes away, I wouldn't recommend sitting on a local train because what a local train does, it stops at literally every single station. I would recommend the limited express train. Obviously first check the sign, make sure that your stop is one of the stops on the limited express, because what the limited express does is it skips most stations and goes to more major stations. For example, I'm using yesterday as an example, coming back from Yodoyobashi to Hirakata-shiaki. That right there is 40 minutes away by train. So I take the limited express because the limited express, instead of stopping at every single station between Yodoyobashi and Hirakata-shiaki, will stop at, I think, Kyobashi, 2 other stops, and then it just goes straight to Hirakata-shiaki without stopping, which saves you a lot of time. So if you know where you're going and it's a more major area, so larger area, I would definitely look to see if the limited express stops there, because the less time you have to spend on the train, the more time you have to spend wherever it is you're going. Also, it's important to know with the bus system that the buses, they run on a very, very exact timetable. They are extremely efficient. It's beautiful. They come exactly when the sign says they're going to come. But they have, in America, for example, usually our day that things are different is Sunday. Here, with the bus system, the times are the same every day of the week, except for Saturday. Saturday has a different timetable. And at any bus station, they will have the timetable for Saturday and the timetable for the regular week. And usually it comes every 15-20 minutes or so. They're very, very exact in when they arrive, and it's usually they have enough going that you're not waiting too long no matter when you get to the station. However, it's important to know, if you're going somewhere in a specific amount of time and you have a limited time to get there, it's important to know what time it will come weekday versus Saturdays. The particular issue I'm getting at here is the final bus of the day. I think on weekdays here, it's like 10:19 is the last bus leaving from Hirakata Shiaki going to the bus station that I live near. So really the issue here is just when you're arriving home very, very late, make sure that you're there in time for the final bus, because after that you're going to have to either walk or take a taxi. But, it's, again, not something stressful. You can just take a picture on your phone or on your camera of the timetable and make sure you have the timetable for both weekdays and Saturday, because that's different. It's also in military time, just to be aware of that. So it is a 24-hour, it's written in a 24-hour system, which is fine. Totally fine to work out, but just be aware so that you're not just like, why does it say 22:22? Because I'd be that derp that would look at that and be like, what? But I know. Oh, okay. I suppose this is an important one. The Shinkansen, the bullet train. The bullet train is glorious. I have written on the bullet train 4 times here, back and forth. It's fantastic. It's one of the coolest things here when it comes to transportation. If you've never had an experience on a bullet train and you come to Japan, I highly recommend trying one. They are on the pricey side. It's usually around $100 for a ticket. And mind you, that's a one-way ticket. I'm not actually sure how much a round trip is, because I usually get one-way tickets to free up whenever I want to return. That gives me more leeway like that. So it's pricey, but it's taking you wherever you want to get in a very, very fast, very, very comfortable, and very, very convenient way. I have taken the bullet train to and from Tokyo and to and from Hiroshima. Tokyo is approximately 4 hours away here by bullet train, and Hiroshima is about 2 hours by bullet train, whereas a lot of my friends got reservations on the night bus, which is another cool thing here, but I unfortunately missed the boat on that one and kind of spaced out and forgot to get a night bus ticket, so I did not have a spot on the night bus. But this is probably a good thing, because me and lack of sleep don't go together, and the night bus left Hiroshima at 10 at night, and it took about 7 hours to get back here, so it's probably a good thing that I paid more for the bullet train. I wouldn't be happy right now. So really, I paid about $85 to get back here from Hiroshima, and I got back here in 2 hours, and it was great. There was no worries, no hassles, just get on the bullet train and go. With the bullet train, there's 2 different types of tickets. There's the reserved and the non-reserved tickets. I've always gotten non-reserved because you have a lot more leeway. When you buy a reserved ticket, you are buying a specific seat on a specific train. With the bullet train, they come every few minutes. And if you buy a non-reserved ticket, it is a ticket from where you are to where you're going, but it doesn't matter which train you get on and at what time you take it. So you buy that ticket in the morning, and you can get on the Shinkansen anytime you want. There's usually about 3 cars of the Shinkansen that are non-reserved, and you can sit in any seat on those non-reserved spots. So it's fantastic. Like, you get on, you sit anywhere in the non-reserved that you want, and you can take any of the trains you want. So if you miss one, just wait a few more minutes and the next one will come. It's not a problem. You're not out $100 because you wasted a ticket on a train you missed. It's really, really a great, and I really like the system. I like how it works. It gives me a lot more freedom so that, like, I can get to the station, buy my ticket, go look for a bento to bring on the Shinkansen and go buy some souvenirs or something, and then when I'm ready to go, I can go. So if you come here and you're planning on traveling somewhere, if you're looking for a bit more wiggle room in your time and what you're doing when you're doing, I would recommend the non-reserve seat on the Shinkansen. It's great. I really love it. There's not really any quality difference between the non-reserve and the reserve. It's just the reserve guarantees you a seat and the non-reserve doesn't. So sometimes, depending on the time of day or what day it is, the non-reserved will be all filled up. But again, you can just wait for the next train, which will arrive in a few more minutes. And they come every few minutes. Like, I have no idea how many trains they have running on that line. It's crazy. It's really cool. But definitely, if you're coming here and you're looking to get from like point A up here to point B way down here in Japan, bullet train is awesome. And non-reserve gives you a lot more freedom and wiggle room with what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, whatever you want to do. So that is my glorious travel adventures. I think this is just going to be a travel episode because I really like traveling. So since I went on a trip and I'm talking about traveling and wasting time when you buy your non-reserve ticket, I thought I would share some really random things that I bought while I was in the train station wasting time before I came back here, as I usually do. I'm such a time waster. Because I'm kind of dumb sometimes and spacey, forgot to fill out my student discount form for the Shinkansen. Oops. And I didn't have a pen, so I had to go buy one. And the gift shop had a million pencils. They were all Hello Kitty pencils, and they were all $6. So I paid $6 for a Hello Kitty pencil just so I could fill out my student discount ticket, which is, I guess, kind of ironic. But what is cool, I will give this, what is cool about this pencil, I'm really excited about it, honestly, is that it is Hiroshima specific. They have, whenever you go to a big city or something, they will have Hello Kitty and several other, character products that are specific to that area. So this is the Hiroshima Hello Kitty. This purple kanji right here, that says Hiroshima. And then this is a huge, very famous gate, which is on an island called Miwajima, which is a 40-minute ferry ride from the Peace Park in Hiroshima. And then we have here, dangling off of it, because their pencils here usually have little characters dangling off of it, which is really cute. And when your pencil, if you ever get done with your pencil, you can just pop her off and use her as a decoration somewhere, which I probably will eventually. But, so here's our little Hello Kitty, and on the back of her head, this orange kanji also says Hiroshima. So, in a way, I paid $6 for a pencil that I just needed to fill out my discount form, but I also got a really cute souvenir, because I can't get this Hello Kitty anywhere except for, sorry for the glare, here in Hiroshima. Yay! She's very cute. My boyfriend, who's from my home university, is also studying abroad here for the year, like me, but he's at a college in Tokyo, and he loves Kit Kats with a passion, and so does Japan. Japan has like 1,000,001 Kit Kat flavors that you can't get like anywhere else, and then beyond that, they have very special limited flavors that you can only get in certain places. In Tokyo, they have a Kit Kat store where they have flavors limited to that Kit Kat store. And I visited my boyfriend recently, and we went to the Kit Kat store because why not go to a Kit Kat store? And I bought chili flavored Kit Kats, strawberry maple flavored Kit Kats, orange chocolate flavored Kit Kats, and a green tea flavored Kit Kat that's different from the normal green tea flavored Kit Kat here because it has a cherry blossom extract or something in it. It does taste different, mind you. It does. The regular green tea Kit Kats are pretty bitter, just because the matcha, which is the green tea here, is kind of bitter. But this sakura flavored one is really good. But anyways, I was in the gift shop getting my glorious Hello Kitty. Woohoo! And I came upon a special, location-limited, citrus-flavored Kit Kats. Because why not citrus-flavored Kit Kats? Look at that. Yup. Yeah, see, it says it's limited to this area. So I was like, I'm gonna buy these so we can share them next time I see him. Yeah, that was funny. It's kind of like one of those fun things is like, what kind of Kit Kat flavor am I gonna find today? I think keeps my life interesting. It's really fun and cool to kind of discover all the Kit Kat flavors, because we just don't have, like, in America we have Kit Kats. That's just Kit Kats. But here, limited citrus Kit Kats. Ooh, fancy. I think they're fun. I'm excited to try it. I have no idea what a citrus flavored Kit Kat's gonna taste like. I can't even conceptualize what a citrus flavored Kit Kat would taste like. Fancy. Yeah, so that is my crazy Japan adventures for today. Not sure what I'll talk about next time, but I have plans. More crazy, silly, awesome gloriness, I'm sure, because I love Japan. Citrus Kit Kats. So I guess I shall end the video with some more videos of the Shinkansen, just to give you like a cool little looky look at what it's like to ride the bull train, because it's awesome. Yay! Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
下り495号広島行きです。自由席は前より1号車から5号車です。黄色い線の内側までお下がりください。また列車とホームの間が広いところがございます。ご乗車の際はお足元にご注意ください。